So remember a few days ago I said, watch out because the good news that Microsoft has is going to be overtaken by some negative news. And, here we are. It's like clockwork, to be quite honest about it. It's one of those things that was bound to happen. And you know what? What's interesting is that this is going to be one of those things that kind of changes some things about the way that people feel about Xbox, I believe anyway, especially depending on how this plays out. But I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. It's going to be a very interesting situation. And, again, I just really feel like this is something that Microsoft could do a much better thing with. They could handle this a little bit better. In my opinion. So, again, we'll see how this works out. I'm very interested to hear your guys' opinions on it, though, because, like I said, I have a super opinionated kind of idea about this particular story. So, we'll see if it's something that, bodes well or not for the future of the platform. So, we'll see. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Obviously, with another video. Thank you for checking it out. I do daily gaming content, so if you enjoy that kind of thing, stay right here, like the video, share it out, maybe even consider subscribing per usual. That would mean a lot to me. Again, it's a super interesting time to be an Xbox fan right now. I'm not even going to lie. So much is happening, so much is changing. Microsoft just delayed Fable, right? I'm going to get into this and then give my opinion on it. So, Fable was tentatively slated for later this year. Now it's getting pushed into next year. The interesting thing about this is it was one of the few that was even marked down as an exclusive for Xbox this year. So now the only quote-unquote exclusives from the first party are Avowed, which just came out, and then South of Midnight, which comes out in, a month or two or whatever it is. But so that's basically it in terms of exclusive content from the first party. Outer Worlds 2, that's a multi-plat. Doom, that's a multi-plat. Call of Duty, multi-plat. So again, I guess in terms of getting anything special, it's going to be a weak year for Xbox fans. But anyway, Xbox Studios head Craig Duncan announced that Fable is getting delayed. He says, I just want to start with really excited about progress, about where Playground are. We previously announced a date for Fable as 2025. We're actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026. While I know that's not maybe the news people want to hear, what I want to assure people is that it's definitely worth the wait. Accompanying the news with the delay, Microsoft shared some new Fable pre-alpha gameplay, which I'm going to link this and you guys can check it out as well. I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. If you think about their history and legacy for Forza Horizon, the last two games critically acclaimed, 92 Metacritic award-winning, beautiful, played great, and just what they're bringing to Fable as a franchise. Just think of it of the visuals of what you expect of Playground games, plus amazing gameplay, British humor, Playground's version of Albion, so inspired by what's gone before with the franchise, and the take is quite frankly the most beautiful realized version of Albion you've ever seen. So really excited about the plans and really excited about the future, and I want the community to understand that these things are for the best of the games and the teams. Ultimately, that result is the best game or the best game for the community. After years of speculation, Xbox announced in June 2024 that Fable would be released this year and that it would be available on Game Pass on Xbox and PC on day one. Playground Games also confirmed that it's been collaborating with Eidos Montreal in the game. The last Eidos game was released in 2021 with Guardians of the Galaxy. Absolutely banger of a game, by the way. It was met with generally positive critical response, but didn't meet Square Enix's sales expectations. Now, the interesting thing here is there's a couple different things I want to say about this, right? Microsoft's poor management, in my opinion, has really kind of hurt the expectations of fans. It's really, in my opinion, just kind of slap people right across the noodle. And the reason why I say that is they've missed opportunities here. So Fable, believe it or not, had its 20-year anniversary last year, and they have these 3 other Fable games, and even a Fable arcade game, just ripe to get remastered or remade, get people back excited about Fable and things like that. And they failed to do that. So, they didn't capitalize on that. Then they say, hey, we're going to announce this game, which, by the way, they've announced back when Xbox Series X was coming out, they announced a plethora of games that year, like 2019, 2020, Fable being one of them. And a good number of these games still aren't out, And here's where I kind of stand on this. If they push back Fable because it needed more time to cook, so be it, right? If they push back Fable because they don't want it to get destroyed by Grand Theft Auto 6, hey, you know what? So be it. I'm down with that. Here's the only part where I would have a problem with it, and I'm sure many of you would too. This game, I don't care what their strategy is now, was announced as an Xbox exclusive. Okay? You do not push back a game that you sold fans on, that you had people buy an Xbox for, and then you push it back specifically to get a PlayStation version to go and coincide with the launch of the Xbox version. You do not do that. That would be at the particular point, a very much a slap in the face to the fans. It would be a super negative thing. It would be something that I just feel like, it would really just be not a great situation for anybody involved. And I hope that Microsoft is doing something to give people with an Xbox a reason to keep enjoying the Xbox, because to me that would be taking pretty much every reason to own an Xbox and just like throwing it in the garbage. And I just feel like a schlub, really. I guess that's the only way I can put it. Microsoft promised us all these things, and I don't know for sure yet, so I'm not going to totally bash them saying that that's the reason, but there's multiple rumors going around that part of this delay is to get the PlayStation version up and running to coincide with the launch. But that's just like dirty pool, in my opinion. You do not do that to your fans, because at this particular point, it's getting less and less likely that Xbox is even going to survive, and now you're, the games that people bought an Xbox for, you're basically launching, a PlayStation version at the same time, delaying at the same time. I feel like that would be, just a bad move. And I think, I don't care how staunchly you support Xbox right now, if you were someone who goes out there and supports Xbox, and you're like, oh man, I love what Xbox is doing here. I think no matter what kind of side you're on with that, I really just feel like at the end of the day, you need to have like some exclusive games, and the stuff that you already promised exclusive in particular needs to come out exclusive. This is something that honestly Microsoft has to do a better job with. Now, the footage that they've shown, I think looks fine, right? It's supposedly pre-alpha footage or whatever. The only thing that I would say that I would call question with is the fact that you have to be able to, in my opinion, they keep showing this same woman character, protagonist, as we've seen in the trailers and things like that so far. And I hope that there's a character creator and they don't force you to be this woman, or B, at the very least, let you pick if you want to be like a dude or a girl, like all the other Fable games. Like, they didn't really have character creators, but your character would kind of change their look based on things that you did, things that you ate. If you fast traveled a lot, you would get fat, as opposed to walking all around and things like that. So yeah, I do think that there is some negative stuff in here. But overall, I think the game actually looks pretty good and pretty spot on, and I'm glad to see that the humor and stuff that we've come to know Fable by is going to supposedly be there. And again, that's pretty much all you can ask for at this particular point. You hope that you can be able to continue to see that stuff. And I honestly hope that Microsoft kind of goes out and makes sure that fans have these amazing games to kind of play. And I think Fable does look pretty amazing, but you have to also give people something in there that really kind of blows them away, in my opinion. And hopefully that's what that is. So let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.